Hello and welcome to this video by Kane Broadcasting, where we will be going into a in-depth analysis of Google I/O 2014.
We're going to go through all the latest releases and give our critiques on all of them.
That's right, so without further ado, let's get started.
Let's go! What is up, guys? It's Kai here from KM Broadcasting, and Mitchell is joining me today. G'day there, Mitchell.
Hello, Kai.
So today we are going to be going through Google I/O 2014. So
Right.
I was actually up at 2 o'clock in the morning watching it, and I can tell you I was very tired the next day, but I was astonished about the things that they released there.
Yeah.
So Mitch, what did they actually release at Google I/O?
Okay, so they had 5 main things released. So they had Android Wear, Android TV, Android Auto, Android L, and Android One.
And we're going to go through all of those and what they are later on.
That's correct.
So Mitch, I'm going to begin with my view of Android Wear. Now you're asking yourself, what is Android Wear? Well, Android Wear is Google's wearable tech, you could say. So as current, there's 3 watches, so it's completely watch-based, and there's 3 watches out at the moment. There's some Samsung Gear Live, the Moto 360, and the LG G Watch. Now the LG G Watch is my personal favourite, but I've seen that a lot of people like the Moto 360 because it's a circular design, and it's a lot nicer. But I prefer the LG G Watch because I did like the Pebble, and I think the Pebble is more suited to what I like.
Yeah, because the LG G Watch and the Samsung Gear Live are both rectangular-based screens.
Yeah. So at the moment, it runs over Bluetooth, so it connects direct to your device.
Yep.
All the devices except the Moto 360 are available to purchase, and shipping for the Gear Live and the LG G Watch began today on July 4th.
Yep.
Whereas the Moto 360 we don't know much about. All we know is what it looks like, and some people that were there at Google I/O have actually tested it out. So we are not sure when this is going to be released, because there's been a lot of Motorola have been keeping their mouths very tightly shut about this. And if you want to order them, you can order them from play.google.com.
That's correct. Okay,
So, Mitch, what are you talking about now?
well, I'll move on to the Android One. So the Android One was a new smartphone released by Google at Google I/O this year, and it's for emerging markets like India. So what the phone is aiming to do is really provide this phone, or provide Android technology to the rest of the world who doesn't have a smartphone.
Right.
Google released...
So this is for countries that don't have the biggest mobile networks.
Exactly, yeah. So Google released a statistic that said they had over 1 billion users worldwide, but however there's still 6 and a bit billion users without Android. So many of them have got iPhones or other devices.
Smaller Nokias, like the old
Exactly.
brick phones.
Yep.
A lot of the time.
So what Android One is aiming to do is to get that other proportion of the population to have a smartphone. Now it'll be under $100. It'll have dual SIM, FM radio, and it's really going to take over the world if it is successful.
So I think this is a really smart move from them, because they've got a phone here that I think not only the people in the regions that aren't the highest mobile networks, but actually it could also be used as a backup phone, or if you're going hiking, say, that
Exactly.
could be another
Yes.
great use for it. Now Mitch, I'm going to talk about Android TV. Now we've seen Chromecast, and Chromecast was a great initiative by Google where you can connect iOS and Android phones to your TV through HDMI, and it was probably one of the cheapest products I've ever seen that does what it does. So Android TV is a whole world of new content and games, so you'll be able to play new games, and I already know that there's a TV in Australia called by Hisense, I believe, that's running Android TV.
Yep.
And it looks pretty cool because it almost looks like it's got like the Roku features. So
Yeah.
the Roku's like a small box, like a small set-top box, but doesn't have the TV capability.
Yeah, so you can stream games from any phone or tablet to this Android TV, as well as use many of Google Play's video features, such as movies and TV shows.
Yeah. So another thing is that you can also stream direct movies to it as well.
Yep.
But another thing will be that it will have all the features of the main Android. So if you use Google now, you can say, "Okay, Google," and that way you'll be able to search using your voice. This is the exact same thing. So this is something that I'm really interested to look at, and once we get our hands on it, we'll give you an in-depth analysis about how it works.
Yep.
So Mitch, what are you talking about next?
Okay, so Android L is the next release of Android. So this is
So
going
a
to be...
lot of us thought that we might get Android 5,
Yeah.
5.0, but
Yeah, well, this will be Android 5.0, and Android L, sources do say that it stands for Android Lollipop. So they're continuing on the theme of sugar-based like treats
so
to
you had,
name
like,
their products.
you had honeycomb, Kit
Yep.
Kat, things like that. So I think that's a fun way that they want, because they want to be seen as a fun company.
Yep.
I guess you could say.
Yeah, so the main releases that were talked about at Google I/O this year were the restylized layout and the new buttons down the bottom. So you don't have the standard back, home, and menu buttons. You've got you got shapes now. You
Yeah,
got
you
standard
got
shape.
diamond.
So the back button's a triangle. You can see a picture just here.
Yeah.
The home button's a square, and I think a circle for your recent apps.
Yeah. So this will be only available. This is only available on the Nexus 5 and the Nexus 7 2013 Wi-Fi edition at the moment. But
Yep.
images are becoming available, because we did see a few days ago that there was a leak of the Nexus 7 2012 image for Android L.
Yes.
But that has since been taken down.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to L, because some people have already used it, and Google is saying that it's not supposed to already be used as a daily alternative. But I've seen lots of people that are already using this as freely as they can. So I think this is a really cool release, and I'm very interested to have a look at it.
Yeah, and the main thing that was released with Android L is mainly for developers when they're
Yep.
making new apps. It's called Depth. So now if you've got any sections on your page, you can give them depth. So there's heaps of new animations and everything with Android L, and there's, as we say, depth. So there's going to be real-time shadows cast over these sections of the screen that you can
So
determine.
it's like giving you a big 3D effect.
Exactly.
But it's also relating to the new Amazon phone as well. It's like that, but it's quite different, because it doesn't use it's not moving with your phone. It's just straight if you're swiping or something like that.
Yes. So that's pretty much all from Android L, but as soon as Android L is released, there will be another version of Android released. It's called Android Auto. So now what you can do is in selected cars, you can just plug your phone in. So at the moment it is only the Nexus 7 2013 Wi-Fi edition and the Nexus 5.
Of course.
But when you plug them into the car, on the dashboard layout, if you've got a screen,
Like a touch screen or
it helps
something
if you've got a touch screen,
Yep.
but it'll come up with an auto interface. So you got your basic things like your phone, your maps, and your music, but it also uses a simple, intuitive layout to display everything you need while you're driving.
And you'll also be able to access things like Google Now as well, so
Yep.
you'll be able to ask Google Now to do things for you.
Yeah, so you'll just press a button on your steering wheel and you can say, "Okay, Google, find me the weather for today."
Yeah. So Mitch, I'm going to finish off by talking about Play Services. Now, Play Services is Google's way of putting out minor updates, and like Apple would have actual software updates, and they wait a lot. But Google Play Services is Google's small way to put out different updates. Now, Google Play Services has been updated massively. That if you have an Android phone, you would have seen in the Play Store when you're installing an app, it looks a little different as well. And also, if you play games that use Google Plus, you'll see that instead of a rectangle, it's now turned into sort of a rectangle plus
Curved edges at the side.
edges on the
So that's the little notification that says, yes, you've been signed into Google+.
or welcome whoever you are.
Yes.
So, Mitch, I believe that wraps up our roundup of Google I/O 2014.
It does.
And I'm really interested to see how some of these are going to turn out. But what I'm going to be interested in is Google I/O 2015, see if they can match this, but also if Apple can match this, because that was the thing that I said in the Google I/O video before it began. And I said, will Google be able to pass Apple? And I think they've done that very well this time.
Yes, they have.
So if I was Apple, I would be very scared at the moment, because they are coming up on, because Google is really getting into the mobile phone market and really making a stand now.
Yeah.
So Mitch, I believe that wraps up this video. If you guys have any questions, head over to our new site at kmbroadcasting.com and click the Contact Us tab. Mitch, do you have any final words?
No, that's all for me.
Nope. So guys, thanks for watching this video from KM Broadcasting, and we'll see you next time.